before that, just a short introduction from the guests. I see we have a lot of guests in the meeting. So can we just have a few of them to just introduce themselves?
Shall I speak?
Yes, please.
Just. Good evening.
So you're not audible.
Good evening. My name is Manish. I'm affiliated with Chandigarh Club. I joined this club 10 days ago. Before that, I tried many times because I live in Jammu and we do not have any club in Jammu. So it's I can say, blessing in disguise for me, coronavirus. Otherwise, it's a menace. This club Toastmaster went online. So I'm lucky to have online classes on Toastmaster. And for the past few days, I took few classes, meetings. It was a wonderful experience. And when we were young, that time we didn't know. And now also the place where I live, we do not have this facility. But in Toastmaster, one can learn a lot, which I observed for the past few days. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. Can we have another guest quickly?
Okay, hi, I'm Adhira Jori. I'm a second year college student and this is my first Toastmaster meeting. I think I'm looking to improve my public speaking skills as well as, make new acquaintances through this. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, guest Adhiraj. Any other guest willing to take it up?
Hello.
Hello, yes.
Let me. Hello. Hi, this is Aman Shah, and this is my fourth session with the Toastmaster and friend.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, Aman. I think Aman is having some kind of network glitch. So if there's any other guest who would like to introduce, or we carry the meeting forward.
Hi.
Hello.
Yeah, hi. This is Debanjana here. So I'm preparing for the MBA. I'm an MBA aspirant. So I think that Toastmasters is the ideal platform for me for enhancing my leadership as well as for the communication skills. So I got to know from my friends, so I just joined the Toastmasters. Okay, so this is my first session today. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Welcome to KTM. Hope you have a wonderful evening ahead and a good learning experience. So with that, let's just move on to the Toastmaster of the day. I handed it back to the Toastmaster of the day to carry forward the proceedings. Over to you, Toastmaster Vishesh, a man who is dynamic, a man who is an expert at table topics. Find that out yourself. Over to you, Toastmaster Vishesh.
Good evening, one and all present here, and welcome to Kolkata Toastmasters Club. Ladies and gentlemen, I have one question. What is calmness to you all? What is calmness? Yes, Toastmaster Shaurya. Sorry, Toastmaster Shaurya, you're not audible. Toastmaster Shaurya, we can't hear you. There's some network problem. So anyone else?
Peace
What
of
is
mind.
calmness? Peace of mind. Very good. Anyone else? Come on. It's a simple term, calmness, and it means something different to each and every one of us. Yes, sir.
Shall I speak?
Yes, why not?
Okay. So about calmness, I'll speak about myself first. Whenever any incident happen in my life, I panic a lot. Any small incident, if suppose somebody gives me a call at panic. And once I saw that my zodiac sign is Virgo, and the people, those who are Virgo, they panic a lot. But no, it is my habit. I want to get rid of this thing. I can say it's a chronic disease I have. By the grace of God, I have everything, but there are few weaknesses, shortcomings in my life. This is one of them. If I think once I read a book of Dale Carnegie, in that book it's written that 90% of things, or 95% of things which we imagine in our mind that something wrong is going to happen, it doesn't happen. Only we have a fear in our mind. We have to get rid of that fear. That's only possible. Whenever any incident happens, we panic. Then after that, we do introspection, that we thought like this, but it didn't happen. Sometime late night, our dog barks, suppose at 3:30 or 4 o'clock in the morning. And nowadays, because of this coronavirus, many people, they lost the job. There's a lot of unemployment. And always we have a fear in mind. Some people have become thieves and they want to steal the things. And we have a fear in my mind. And a couple of days ago, our dog barked. I went outside. I thought maybe some thief entered in our home. So these things always strike in my mind. And my profession is like that. Sometimes when somebody calls me and some person, those who I know that they are close to me and they will call me only when something serious is there. And maybe that thing is not serious, but I have fear in my mind. For that, it's very important in life to become calm. I always try to find different ways. Sometimes I went for many meditation centers where I can find the way how to get calm. And I did many meditation, but I have achieved a lot that I have come to know that I am making a mistake. But in future, I will keep on trying my level best. So to get rid of this, my panic nature, I too want to become calm. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. You kind of did half of my role and you kind of said half of the things I needed to say. So thank you for making my job a bit more easier.
I want to say more. When I saw that red signal, I was confused. I thought it's the time to close now. I was confused.
Okay. So ladies and gentlemen, I today am not here to tell you how to be calm. Because really, you're trying to take advice about calmness from a 20-year-old boy. Come on, if you really think that, you need to go and take a good hard look at yourself in the mirror. Today, I still am developing my skill of becoming more calmer. Because when it comes to serious situations, I'm a bit of a hothead. That's just the Punjabi nature in me, being a bit of a hothead when things get a bit too serious. But I'm still working on myself. And today I would love to share a few experiences where calmness, or rather the lack of it, has changed a lot of outcomes of situations. Moving on, as the Toastmaster of the day, my role is to describe the 3 sections of every Toastmasters meeting. The first is the prepared speech section, where the prepared speaker works with their mentor and prepares a speech for about 5 to 7 minutes, and their calmness is tested on the stage, where they have to stand and deliver the speech in front of an audience. Next, we move on to the table topic section, where the table topic master gives you a topic and you have to give an impromptu speech of about 1 to 2 minutes. And finally, the third section and the most important section of a Toastmaster meeting, which is the general evaluation section conducted by the general evaluator, who evaluates the meeting from the top to the bottom. Well, today we have a very, very special person as our general evaluator. He is a veteran Toastmaster. He's someone when you don't need to look into the room to feel his presence, because his laughter does that for him. That's why I love to deliver my speeches when he is in the audience, because even if I crack a bad joke, I know he will laugh and he will laugh the loudest, which will give me confidence. When I asked him that, tell me one situation where you lost your calm and you regret it till date, he said that he lost his calm with his ex-girlfriend and he still regrets it today. Well, calling upon the very charming, the very lovely general evaluator of today, Toastmaster Vishal Churiwal. Everyone give a big round of virtual applause to him.
Thank you for this lovely introduction, Vishesh, and this virtual applause. I'm not used to virtual applause. It's only my second or third Zoom meeting, so it feels a little weird to talk on the screen, look at the screen and talk, but thank you anyways for that lovely introduction. As you rightly said, my girlfriend left me because of my non-calm behavior, and now I'm spending the lockdown being single and alone. So, but nevertheless, just jokes apart, I'm the general evaluator for the evening, and my role is to evaluate everything right from the meeting, from the time the sergeant ma'am calls the meeting to order to the time the president the president closes the meeting. And to help me in my role play, I have certain role players, starting with Grammarian, and I request each role player to please switch on your audio as well as video when you are speaking, so that people can pin you and see you in speaker's view whenever you're talking. So starting with the Grammarian, can I request Toastmaster Sumit Kumar to explain his role, please?
Good evening, everyone, once again. In any speech, grammar plays a very important role, because a slightly mistake in grammar, it changes the complete meaning of the sentence. So my role as a grammarian will be to jot down those things which are good usages of grammar and not so good usages of grammar. So I will keep a note of that throughout the meeting. Apart from that, I am the word master of the day, and the word for the day is abrogate. It is a verb, and it means to repeal or do away with some kind of law or responsibility, or evade from some responsibility or duty. Its usages are a proposal to abrogate temporarily the right to strike, or we believe the board is abrogating its responsibilities to its shareholders. I will share the word of the day and its information in the chat box, so that every speaker can look into it.
Thank you for that detailed explanation of your role, Sumit. Next, we come to the our counter, who is Komal Churaria. So, Komal, if you could explain your role, please.
Good evening, everyone. So basically, my role is to note down the crutch words, the filler words, and maybe long pauses and short pauses. Don't you think I could have said that sentence without the crutch words like so, basically, like, and without the filler words and the unnecessary pauses? So here I am today as the R counter to note down all the crutch words, filler words, meaningless sounds like and make your speech a little more flawless. When we are anxious, we tend to make such mistakes a lot. So stay calm and stay happy, and I'll present my report when called upon to do so.
Thank you, Komal, for your detailed explanation. I would also request you to please note my crutch words also and tell me separately, because I'm not used to speaking on the camera. So if you can explain, if you can tell me also in detailed way post the meeting personally as to how many crutch words have I used. The next role player is Timer, which is being played by Toastmaster Rahul Maheshwari. If you could explain your role, please.
Yes, definitely. Good evening. Thank you, Mr. General Evaluator, and good evening to one and all present here. Well, my role as a timer is to notify the running time to the speakers and explain them the importance of time. Now, when I say importance of time, I have a few things to say. That is, time is something that can break or make everything. Today, if we are in a trouble situation, that is because time has led us into that. And in the near future, whenever we get out of the situation, that will be because time has taken us out of that. So right now, when we are in this trouble situation, all we can do is stay calm and stay happy, do things that make us happy and ultimately keeps us inside our homes. So my role as a timer is to notify the speakers about the running time while they're delivering their respective speeches. And by speeches, we mean we have three kinds of speeches in our Toastmasters meeting. One is the prepared speech session, that is usually 5 to 7 minutes. Then the table topic session, that is 1 to 2 minutes. And the evaluation session, that is 2 to 3 minutes. Now I'll be flashing the green card at the end of the minimum time, the yellow card at the end of the mean time, and the red card at the end of the maximum time. And I'll keep this flashing until the speaker continues to speak. Except for the table topic speakers, all the speakers have a grace period of 30 seconds on the upper hand as well as on the lower hand, whereas for the table topic speakers, it is only for the upper hand. I'll present my detailed report when I'm called upon to do so. Back to you, Mr. General Evaluator.
Thank you, Rahul, for your explanation. Next, we have the war counter, which is being played by Toastmaster Prajwal Ghosh. Prajwal, if you're here, if you can explain your role, please. Is Prajwal here?
Prajwal, you're speaking on mute. If you could just unmute yourself.
Yeah, I cannot. Oh yeah, I can see Prajwal now.
Thank you very much, General Evaluator of the Day. Good evening, Mr. Toastmasters of the Day, fellow Toastmasters, and dear guests. As a war counter of the day, my job is to keep a tab on the wow moments of the meeting. A wow moment is when a speaker makes the audience laugh, applaud, or leave them amazed. Only the top 3 wow moments of the meeting will be shared while submitting the report. Over to you, Sir General Evaluator.
Thank you, Prajwal, for laying out your role, explanation of your role very quickly. And finally, we have the parliamentarian being played by Tanish Agarwal, Toastmaster Tanish. Yeah, you're here.
Thank you, Mr. General Evaluator. Good evening, everyone. So as a parliamentarian, my role is to ensure that all the parliamentary norms are followed throughout the meeting. Specifically, I'll request members to show a virtual thumbs up when a speaker uses the word of the day, avoid the usage of sex, religion, and politics in a derogatory manner, use full forms of all Toastmasters related terms like Project One and pathways like dynamic leadership, presentation mastery, etc. I'll also request members to not unmute themselves unless it's their turn to speak, and do not write anything on the chat box while a speaker is delivering his or her speech. Thank you. That's all from us.
Thank you, Tanish. So any guest who wants to introduce himself or herself, who wants to get a chance to speak now, who has not spoken earlier, like I think Aman didn't get a chance to speak. Any guest, if you can just unmute yourself, put yourself on video and just introduce yourself very quickly.
Hello. Good evening. Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is Aman here. So, shit, man.
Aman, could you just switch on your video as well, so that
Actually, the internet is very down here, so I guess I will pass.
Okay, fine, no problem. And Harshita, do you want to speak? Just introduce yourself very quickly.
Yeah, hi. I am a St. Xavier's graduate and I passed in 2018, and I am here at Toastmasters to hone my skills in public speaking, because I think it's a wonderful, wonderful skill to have. So yeah, looking at it for a fun session. Thank you. That's it.
Thank you very much, Harshita. And finally, I think we have CC one more guest. Kirti, if you could introduce yourself very quickly.
Thank you, Mr. General Evaluator. Hi, everyone. This is Kirti Setia. I've been a guest a couple of times, and I'm sure some of you heard me earlier. I'm waiting for my membership to get processed, and hopefully this is my last introduction as a guest, and next time I introduce myself, I can call myself as a member. I look forward to a great meeting today. Thank you.
Thank you, Kirti. I'll come back and evaluate the rest of the session when Master of Ceremonies asks me to come again, and I hand it back to the young and dynamic MC Vishesh Mehra.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vishal. Well, in important situations, when provoked, I tend to lose my calm very, very easily. And this happened very recently. Last year, when I was playing in the State League of Hockey, I was running behind a defender with my stick. And that guy was quite in front of me. And he tried to dribble me, he went past me, and he hit a shot. And while going back, at that time, I did not grow a beard, and I wasn't very intimidating to look at. So he was like, "Hey, fair and lovely, tum mera kuch ukhad nahi payega." Which is basically, he told me that you can't do anything to me. I will always do this. I will always go past you, and I will score against you. This got to my nerves. I made sure the next time he tries to go past me, he remembers me. Well, what did I do? While he was running past me, I swooped the ball away, and with the full force of my shoulder, I gave him a huge nudge, and he genuinely went flying away. And the referee blew his whistle while I was turning around and walking away, and I just said this, ki, ab tu Fair and Lovely ko yaad rakhega. Means now you will remember Fair and Lovely. Well, the referee I think so heard that, and he gave me a yellow card. A yellow card in hockey is when you get this, you have to sit out for more than 10 minutes. I was a central defender. I was a main piece in my jigsaw of a team, and I was taken out for 10 entire minutes due to my loss of calmness. At that moment, when I sat out, I saw my team struggle because of my bad decision. Because I couldn't keep myself calm, I got provoked. And we conceded two goals in that span of 10 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, I still kick myself that why did I take that decision? Why did I try to show my strength to the other person? And in a way lost my calm and my team suffered, I didn't. So ladies and gentlemen, for being happy, you need to be calm. This thing saddens me till this day. So moving on, I would like to introduce the first speaker. Before that, I would like the evaluator Toastmaster Ayush Vaidya to read out the speech objective. Toastmaster Ayush, are you here?
Hello, yes, I'm here. Just a second. So the speaker is delivering his level. Hello, am I audible? So the speaker is delivering his project one. Level one, project 2, and it is his first speech. And the objective of the speech is to deliver, receive, and apply the feedbacks. That's it. Thank you. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ayush. Well, when I asked today's speaker that what incident made you realize being calm is very important, he said that when he sat for an interview with a big MNC before his graduation, he prepared for all the complex questions. But what stumped him out was a very simple question. That was, tell me something about yourself. He absolutely lost his calm. And he just sat there thinking, what should I say? But in 20 seconds, he regained his calmness and he went and delivered a stellar interview and got that job. Well, moving on, I would like to call upon stage Toastmaster Shaunak Paul, who is mentored by distinguished Toastmaster Siddharth Churiwal with the speech title, Crushing Your Comfort Zone. Crushing Your Comfort Zone by Toastmaster Shaunak Paul. Take it away.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. It was one of those quite scorching hot, humid days in the month of September 2019. I was in my 10 to 7 working hours schedule. The time was already 6:56 p.m. on a usual Friday, and I was yet to depart from my office. After completing 9 hours of endless coding, I hurried downstairs to the main gate, and then suddenly a thought struck me, questioning whether I was bound to do this. Do I really have to go to this unknown club? These were the questions coming up on my mind as I paced through the street. Somewhere deep down inside of me, I held firm a belief of an entrepreneur named Nathan Ergen, who said that there could actually be no success without one constantly trying to push oneself out of comfort zone and face the fears. Just like everyone's, I was too comfortable in my comfort zone to be reluctantly able to step out of it. The club I was talking about is obviously the Kolkata Toastmasters Club. In my initial days of working life, I had been encouraged to be a part of a Toastmasters Club, and I felt the impulse to get into one in spite of the incongruous location that I was in and the time deficiency that I was suffering from. But after multiple transfers between TCS branch offices in Kolkata, I ended up at the one near Park Street, and KTM turned out to be my dream club. However, Before starting to attend meetings as a guest, I was quite nervous as to how could I take up the art of public speaking as a learnable skill. I still remember a few days when nervousness made me feel that to get into a public transport to go home after office seemed a more attractive option than getting into the meeting room full of friendly, happy strangers. With passage of over 6 months in KTM, I realize it is this nervousness, or rather fear, should I say, is a natural and essential part of growth. Every time we consciously choose to step out of our comfort zone, the next uncomfortable thing becomes a little easier. This comfort zone is formed in the very swift journey of life as we catch up customs, habits, and routines to settle down into a way of life which is comfortable and manageable. Hence, we start suffering from procrastination as we start to believe where we are today is where we were supposed to be. Fortunately, I did not choose to remain in my comfort zone after having a long debate with myself, as I could never find out my true potential doing the other way around. So I gathered up all the courage and got myself to the right track of attending club meetings and interacting with members. It took me time, but the healthy, pragmatic environment in the club kept the motivation on. Today, when I see myself back to 6 months ago, I realize that I have already started crushing my comfort zone and getting beyond it. I realize that human minds always think about protecting themselves, like other animals. When we are protecting ourselves, we are resisting life, and so we cannot live life to its fullest. Let me give you one simple analogy. I'm a fish aquarium hobbyist, and I have had many freshwater fishes in my tank, like the common goldfish. The size of these goldfishes depends on the size of the living environment and the occupancy percentage. Now, as this goldfish lives in a very protected, looked after environment, it is delicate and vulnerable in every other way. Now, if I keep this goldfish in a pond beside my house, it will turn out that it could even grow up to 2 feet. Assuming it's not eaten by any bigger fish. The same goes for human beings. The first step is to get out of that comfort zone. The environment in which we eat, sleep, and play is therefore a proverbial fish aquarium that dictates our growth. However, we should also remember that the goldfish in my aquarium does not have the ability to make its decisions outside of its comfort zone. But we do. We do have the ability to make our own choices outside of our comfort zone for our own betterment. Hence, as the saying goes, life begins at the end of your comfort zone. I urge all my fellow co-mates to always indulge into activities of crushing this round circle of comfort zone and become maybe a table topics champion in their own lives. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you so much for that wonderful, wonderful speech, Toastmaster Shauna. I genuinely remember you walking in for the first time into our club. And I saw you sitting there in the corner nervously and coming and talking to me and asking me, can I also go up and speak on the stage? And I remember telling you, yes, why are you scared? You should push yourself. And today, when I see you speaking like this, it makes me proud. Thank you for that wonderful speech, Toastmaster Shauna. Now, moving on, I would like the evaluator, Toastmaster Vinay Bamalwa, to give out the speech objectives of the second speaker, please. Toastmaster Vinay, you are on mute. So,
Hello, yes, am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are.
Okay, so first of all, apologies for this. I'm improvising. It's my wife's birthday, so I'm improvising. I'm taking out some time out to fulfill my commitment. But anyway, coming back to the point, so our esteemed DTM, distinguished Toastmaster Abdul Rahim, is giving his speech today. I'll just give me a second. I'll open all this book. The purpose of this project is for the member to present a speech on any topic, receive feedback, and apply that feedback to a second speech. The purpose of the speech is to demonstrate that he or she has applied the feedback received from his or her first speech. So yes, that's about it. And timer, please note that the time for the speech is 5 to 7 minutes. Thank you, and over to you, Master of Ceremony.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vinay, for telling us the speech objectives. Now, when I asked the next speaker that what incidents showed you the importance of being calm, he said that once he read about Michael Jordan in a book. And when Michael Jordan was asked by somebody, "Are you not nervous when you take a critical shot?" Michael Jordan said in a very calm manner, "Why will I be nervous to take a critical shot when I haven't shot it yet? Why should I worry now?" Well, this shows that you shouldn't worry about things without any reason. So moving on with the speech titled Quit Toastmaster, Distinguished Toastmaster Abdul Rahim, who's mentored by Distinguished Toastmaster Ayan Pal. Quit Toastmasters by Distinguished Toastmaster Abdul Rahim. Over to you, sir.
Thank you so much, Master of Ceremonies. It was in January this year when my wife suddenly found on the table an old issue of Toastmasters magazine. Picking it up, she looked at it and said, "Oh, you're still with Toastmasters? I thought you had quit Toastmasters." Trying to abrogate myself of that claim, I said, "No, I haven't actually quit Toastmasters. I'm just a little quiet in Toastmasters." And quiet I was. I joined Toastmasters in the year 2008. I finished my first 10 speeches in 1 year. The next 10 speeches in 2 years. The next 10 speeches in 3 years. And for the last 10 speeches, I took all of 6 years. Add to that, my last meeting in Kolkata Toastmasters last month when we were celebrating our anniversary, I asked a question: how many of the original Toastmasters are still active in Toastmasters from KTM? The answer came 2 out of the original 20. That got me thinking, why is it that people quit Toastmasters? Well, I've come to the conclusion that the first reason is that people feel they are not growing enough in Toastmasters. Now, this could be for various reasons. Starting with, they themselves are not putting it enough effort. There are people who keep coming and going, but never giving a speech. There are people who give a speech almost unwillingly. The solution is not to quit Toastmasters. The solution is to seek a very important but very undermined aid available in Toastmasters called mentoring. Speak to your Vice President Education to find out how you can get your speech mentored and help you in every step of the journey to become a better Toastmaster. The second type of people who quit because they feel they're not growing is because they feel the feedback they get is not really that great. They aren't growing. They're already doing well, and the feedback they get doesn't really add up to their learning. Now, there are 2 types of such feedback. One could be really hard feedback. Now, you don't do that in Kolkata Toastmasters, but in some other places, you might get feedback that puts you off. That makes you wait, hey, I'm not going to go back to that place and give another speech ever, even if I'm dragged by chains over there. The solution, again, is not to cut those chains, not to quit Toastmasters, but to talk to the Vice President Education. These are aberrations by an inexperienced evaluator, perhaps, but not enough reason to leave Toastmasters. The second, as I said, could be a speaker who is not getting enough feedback to help him or her grow because they are already quite well. Well, the solution again is not to quit Toastmasters, but to join perhaps an advanced Toastmasters club. You've heard of the Filmfare Awards? Well, that's the popular award category. But then there's a Critics' Choice Club, where only the critical films get accolades. And that's the place where you can actually learn and grow beyond the limits that you've already acquired. Join an advanced Toastmasters, but don't quit Toastmasters. The second category of people who've quit Toastmasters are people who think they've grown beyond Toastmasters. Again, there are two categories. The first are people who get busy in life, who are doing so many other things outside Toastmasters. I was one of them. I was busy in my corporate life. I was speaking, I was training, I was doing a lot of work, and I thought I didn't need to go back in Toastmasters. In fact, it was around January itself when this magazine was picked up that I thought of coming back. And then I called my DTM the COVID-19 DTM. Had it not been for COVID and of course, Mr. Zoom here, I perhaps would not have been able to complete my DTM. But having got back to Toastmasters, I realized what I was missing. No matter how busy you get outside Toastmasters, there's so much learning that you can always get here, which will always embellish you outside. The ability to think on your feet, the ability to express yourself continually grows whenever you are exercising those gray cells over here. The second type of people who feel they've grown back is that they feel that they've done everything. There's nothing more to do. Well, Toastmasters throws a new challenge. I got the new challenge, pathways. I was used to the earlier manual, but then pathways is something that's really challenging me. And if you think you've also mastered that, let me give you that secret technique to always keep growing. Take part in competitions. Just when you think you're too good to get any sensible feedback, the competition gives you fantastic feedback when you don't win and learn the most. I also thought there's one group of people who don't quit Toastmasters no matter what happens. Well, those who are growing, they're great. They are actually the brand ambassadors of Toastmasters. But then there are some who are not growing, but who continue in Toastmasters. You know why? Because Toastmasters becomes to them a social group rather than a learning organization. It's a place where you get accolades. Where else? Imagine going to a guitar class, and in the first class, when you play some wrong notes, people come up, shake your hand and say, great guy, what guitar you played. Which other organization does that? So it's easy to lapse in this comfort zone, as Shaunak said, and actually enjoy and revel in it. Awards at the drop of a hat. Well, in that case also, I'm not advising you to quit Toastmasters. I'm just advising choose a different club. Get from socializing to learning over there. Either way, get uncomfortable, start growing. So you see, in all those categories of people, you have no right to leave Toastmasters because the learning just doesn't stop. I picked up this Toastmasters magazine that my wife had put, and I looked at it. And the person who looked back at me is Deepak Menon, the current international president of Toastmasters. I remember when I started my journey, he was the district director, and I worked as an area governor under him. I looked in his eyes and I could see that the journey of growth, the journey of learning in Toastmasters is still incomplete. What does my wife know? That we don't quit. We just step back to jump forward. Well, so what if some of you have got 39 speeches done in the earlier model and then lost all of that because of the 30th June deadline? Don't worry about it. There's another learning over there. As Rudyard Kipling said, if you can make a heap of all your learnings and risk it on one pitch of turn and toss and lose and start at the very beginning and never breathe a word about your loss. Yours is the world and everything that's in it. And what's more, you'll be a Toastmaster, my son. Back to you, Mr. MC.
Wow. I am actually speechless. Means you, sir, are calmness personified. Seeing you sit there, the experience you have, it is a great thing. Like I was genuinely like a sponge sitting here and absorbing everything that you are saying. So thank you so much for this wonderful speech, distinguished Toastmaster Abdul Rahim. Well, Calmness and experience in a way go hand in hand. And this I have learned through a personal journey of table topics. Well, in my first meeting, I came up to the stage to deliver a table topic. And guess who was the table topic master? Someone I grew up with, my own elder brother. When he gave me a topic, I tried to speak on it for a minute. Then I went blank. I couldn't organize my thoughts. I lost all my cool. And the look my elder brother gave me of disgust, like, ye mera bhai nahi hai. That kind of look. This is not my younger brother. What is this? I felt embarrassed. But with experience, with regularly coming back to stage, I gained a kind of calmness. Whenever I get any topic, I take a step back and I think about the topic. I try to calm myself down and organize my thoughts. Those organization of thoughts help me deliver a coherent speech, something with substance, something with message. But the main part of it is being calm in that moment. If I wasn't calm then, I couldn't have achieved what I have achieved, and something which I am proud of. I have won one or two competitions and I know I still have a long way to go. And I assure you, I will get even more calmer, work on myself and get to what I want to. And the main substance there will be calmness, which will get me my happiness. Moving on to someone who tried to in a way test my calmness today. I messaged her like 7 to 8 times, asking her about a question, but she did not reply. And I was like, oh, this is the same old thing, a girl not replying to me. But eventually she did reply. And she said that one incident where she lost her calm and regrets it even till date was when she was trying to upload something online, a 1 to 2 GB file or a video in the Howrah internet, which takes about 5 to 6 hours, and she had put her laptop, plugged it in and left. Her mother unknowingly, while cleaning the room, unplugged the laptop and the laptop went off and she could not upload that file, and she lost her calm and shouted at her own mother. And if by chance any of us have done this, we know it's not a great feeling in the aftermath. We feel very bad inside and we regret it. So did she. I know what I said prior to this, she won't be calm with me anymore, but let's see what happens. Let's welcome to the stage distinguished Toastmaster Archita Tiwari to get the fun session on, which is the table topic session. Over to you, madam.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vishesh. I don't want to admit on a Zoom platform that I don't reply to guys often, but I think that secret is out. So thank you so much for that. And good evening, everyone present here. I'm here as your table topic master for the table topic session. Now, couple of rules for everybody before we head straight into the session. The topic will be announced twice, and I request everybody to please be on mute while the topic is being announced. I request the guests to not type anything to help the participant either on the chat or unmute and speak anything. Please note the time is 1 to 2 minutes. And the reason why I feel table topics is my favorite part of any Toastmasters meeting is because it's thrilling. It's an experience where you get to speak on your feet. And today I have devised 3 special segments of the table topic. I always feel, why make it easy for people? Why give them a topic, allow them to just speak their heart out and have. So I am here to make sure that you do have fun, but at the same time, I'm keeping it challenging. That means I have 3 segments. Segment number 1, talking about tell your story. Segment number 2, saying challenge the belief. And segment number 3 that says opposites attract. Now, what do I mean by topic? And you tell me your life story associated with that topic. The second one, I'm sorry, am I audible or is my voice breaking or lagging?
Your
It's
voice is
actually
breaking and lagging.
breaking. So if you could just explain the thing again.
Okay, okay. Is it better now by any chance?
Yes, it is.
I'm so sorry. I'll just explain 3 segments one more time. The 3 segments of today's table topic session are: number 1, tell your story; number 2, challenge the belief; and number 3, opposites attract. When I say challenge the belief, I will give you a social norm and you have to challenge it in your speech. When I say opposites attract, this is my favorite part of it. What I'm going to do is I'll give you a topic, but you will have to talk exactly opposite of what you mean to say. For example, if you ask me, what kind of a person is Archita Tiwari? And if I have to speak oppositely, I would say she's a very mean, shallow kind of a person who's very lazy, which actually means she's an amazing human being, very hardworking and very dedicated. So you have to speak opposite of what you are actually trying to say. Let's quickly dive into our first set of volunteers. I request everyone, please do not unmute yourself. Kindly raise your hands or write your name on the chat. Okay, I do see a couple of hands raised. Also, I have the liberty of picking up certain people who are here. Okay, let me start with Toastmaster Panna, if she's here.
Yes, Sachita, I'm here.
Yes. Is my voice still breaking? I'm really sorry. There's a little bit of
No,
internet
your voice
issues.
is not breaking, but I didn't catch the first part, what it is about.
Ma'am, we have
Tell
3
your story.
sections.
I heard
First,
that. You have tell your story. What is it
challenge your belief and opposites attract.
Okay.
Which one would you pick up? Very, very quickly.
Challenge your belief.
Toastmaster Panna Ray, your topic is mothers are better chefs. Mothers are better chefs. Toastmaster Panna Ray.
Oh, ho, ho. You've given me the perfect topic. Mothers are not the better chef. I am not a better chef, so I can talk from my experience. Actually, while growing up itself, you know, there's the concept that ladies, girls need to learn to cook. But I did not know how to cook. But I have 2 older brothers, and they both were very good chefs. And when my relatives complained to my parents, why is she not learning how to cook? My dad used to defend me saying, oh, she will marry someone who will keep a cook for her. And that has continued till now. So I, as a mother, never ever cooked as well as my cook did. In fact, recently, because of the COVID virus, my cook could not come. So I told my husband, you'll have to eat my cooking. He said, no problem, let her come back. I will have all the beautiful, fantastic dishes that she will cook. So you see, my kids now, what do they say? Oh, Mom, we are enjoying our life away from the house. We get to eat so many delicious food. Whereas you used to give us the same sandwich, the same tiffin every day. So you see, my husband is a better cook. My children are better cooks than I am. I am not at all a good chef. So all mothers may not be a good chef. They can be good in so many other things other than a chef, just like me. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Panna. The wonderful take on the topic. So I totally relate with that. Would be the next volunteer.
Shita, we cannot hear you properly. If you
Toastmaster
could switch your
Meghna.
internet.
Okay, 1 second. Is it better now by any chance? Hello?
Yeah, sort of.
It's better. Yeah.
Archita, can I just request you,
Yeah,
while
okay.
speaking, if you could just switch off your video and then speak, then it will use less bandwidth.
I did that. That's what I did. I don't think my video is on. Is it?
Now it's off. Now you can speak.
Yeah. So is it better now?
Yes,
Vishal
better.
clearly does not want to see me. I'm heartbroken, Vishal.
I see you in my mind's eye all the time. Don't worry about it.
Oh my God, I'm so flattered. Okay, moving on. The next topic, Toastmaster Meghna from District 98, if you're there. And if you can tell me a hello. Hi, Meghna. Which category would you like to pick up? Tell your story, challenge your belief, or opposites attract.
I think I would go with the second one, challenge your belief.
All right. So everybody's going with challenge your belief. Toastmaster Meghna, challenge your belief with the topic. Everybody is on social media. Everybody is on social media. Toastmaster Meghna Mehta.
Should I align? I mean, I can give my view in the favor or against or any other, just on a social media, right?
Yeah, you can have any take on the topic.
So
Yes, you can have any take on the topic.
So currently in the pandemic, I find the social media is a really good way to connect with your friends, your family members who are away from you. That way we get to talk with them. We are writing message. We are having a call. So in that way, it is really good when you're appreciating something. When people are writing a really good content, and that appreciation boosts their motivation to share their thoughts, their views. But there are few bunch of people who always try to troll. Writing those negative comments, I believe that can always hurt somebody else's sentiment. For us, it is just a comment, writing a good or bad or some negative words, but it can affect a lot. We have seen many more examples. I'll just share. I watch Durjoy Datta's video, and for me, it's really fun because somebody who is providing me a really unscripted content about his family, about his life, books. It's really good fun. But there were few who just started writing about his started writing like he is a really pathetic writer who keeps on writing the same kind of love story. He doesn't have a good writing skills. So by this, he had to write in the description that please be kind to us. We are just new to this YouTube world. Now that disclaimer gave me a thought that why a person needs to write this. It is really good to write, be kind. So write, love, share good thoughts. This is all from my side. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Meghna. It was wonderful listening to you. Can we have our next volunteer? Yes, I see Toastmaster Deepak Baid raising his hand. Yes, hi Deepak.
Hello Archita, DTM Archita.
Hi. Which topic, which category would you pick?
First one, tell your story.
Tell your story. Tell your story. Okay. So Deepak, you are required to tell your story about first sweet taste of victory. Toastmaster Deepak. First sweet taste of victory. Toastmaster Deepak.
I don't remember exactly which was my first taste of victory because I think I have won a lot of times. But I'm going to tell you a recent one, which was a few months back in end of January when they were both ISC and my college fest. And I was prepared for neither of them. Even the night before, my project was half complete and I have not prepared my speech. Like I have not remembered it properly and have not even practiced it. So on the same day morning, I just woke up at 4 a.m., practiced my speech for the next 3 hours, went to college where everything got so puzzled up, where half of my setup I accidentally left in the auto, not my auto. But somehow it all worked out in the end. My project was really successful. Even though half of the thing I prepared right at the spot in the college, and then in the evening I presented my speech. I came second runner-up, even though I did not actually win, but I think I won because it was just as I thought. It was above my delivery was above my expectation. And even though after so many difficulties in the morning, we presented it really well. So I think that time I really won. Thank you.
Wow, that's a wonderfully interesting story, Deepak. We hope you have many more victories to come in future.
I must say,
Who's
people in this meeting are very lucky that Deepak got just 1 to 2 minutes to explain the story. People are very lucky.
Thanks.
He takes half an hour to
I'll,
say the story.
we will get back to you with that story on personal chat, Rahul, for sure. I need to know it. Let's quickly come back to the couple of other volunteers. Toastmaster Achyut, you expressed your interest, so if we can have you next. Which category? Hi, Achyut. You look good with the mask also, no issues.
Am I supposed to choose which topic I'd like to, which category?
I could also give you one of my choice if you like.
I mean, I can attempt the one which is a new one, the speak your opposite, or whatever.
Opposites attract.
Yeah. Basically, speak what you don't mean. Yeah.
So, opposites attract. Your topic, Toastmaster Achyut, is a perfect Bollywood movie. A perfect Bollywood movie, Toastmaster Achyut.
I thought Three Idiots was the perfect Bollywood movie. It was my birthday. I forgot the year it released in, but it was the day of my birthday. There were about 15 of us going to watch the show in the evening at the theater. And that movie, I mean, all of us know the story, and that story sort of resonated so well with me because I was someone who didn't fare well in academics as much, just got enough grades to not be compared to the neighbor's kid. But then again, there were enough children in my house to be compared to and said, Are, you should have become like Bhaiya, or look at how well Didi is doing. But that movie just had all the elements which I loved about it. There was good amount of entertainment. There was a solid message. But at the same time, as much as I thought, maybe it wasn't perfect. Maybe the cheap solution of using a pencil in a spacecraft was actually not the best answer, because in case, like Boman Irani's character points out later, if you sharpen the pencil too much or if the lead breaks, it might go in some weird corner and destroy a multi-million spaceship. But the idea was that it painted a picture which is, yes, courageous, but very difficult for a lot of students to actually achieve, because all of us prefer certainty. Today, one of the biggest challenges the economy is facing because of COVID is lack of a stable job. And there are people who are actually struggling to make ends meet because of it. And this movie tells us break away from it. It paints a picture which is difficult but magnanimous, and something which requires us to push ourselves beyond convention. But that might not necessarily be easy. Now, what the bad part is, it allows us to do something which we should not. And because the movie wasn't perfect, and it wasn't the perfect Bollywood movie, it actually turns out to be what's perfect and perfectly required in real life. That is pushing ourselves out of the comfort zone. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Achyut. I received a lot of requests, and trust me, I'll try to accommodate as many as possible. For our next table topic, can we have Toastmaster Sumit will stand up if I don't call him next, I think. So, okay. So we'll have 2 more after Sumit. So let's hope for the best. Sumit, are you there?
Yeah, I am here. Heidi.
Yes. Which category would you like?
Tell your story.
Okay, Sumit. Tell your story. Your topic is my favorite failure. My favorite failure, Toastmaster Sumit.
Good evening, everyone. I have failed many times in my life. During my initial years, I used to fail in one subject at least in every exam. My teacher were used to be very angry from me. My favorite failure, if I will talk about, is when I have to go to a speech, like when I was going to deliver my first speech. I was motivated by my brother, who was at that point in my school was house captain. So he pushed me and told me to take part in this speech competition. I told him that I am not very comfortable with the stage and I will totally forget it if I will go to the stage. He told me, don't worry about it. You just go there. Even if you fail, don't worry, I will take it on me. With that, I took part in the competition and I went to the stage. The moment I got to the stage, I spoke for around 40 seconds, in which 20 seconds was my introduction and 20 seconds was my speech body. And at one point, I suddenly stopped. I was like, okay, I don't know now what to say. And I was looking at the audience. I was shivering. My legs were shivering. I don't know. And at that point, I just said thank you and moved away. That failure taught me that if you are not prepared for something, you should not do it. But yeah, that failure also never let me to go over the stage once again. So that was something bad part about it. And because of that failure, I never went to the stage again. And so whenever I got the chance to speak in front or deliver a presentation in my class, I used to fumble. But when I came to the Toastmasters, my only goal was to improve and make that failure and does not repeat that failure again. And that is why I am doing here. Back to you, a table topic master.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sumit, for that wonderful take on the topic. It's easy to talk about our successes, but very difficult to talk about our failures. Our next participant or volunteer is Toastmaster Gurpreet. So Gurpreet, if you are there.
Yes, I'm there.
Yes. Which topic would you like? Which category?
Something about myself, that section. My story.
Tell your story?
Tell your story.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Tell your story, Toastmaster Gurpreet. Up. Adorably annoying person, Toastmaster Gurpreet.
Okay, thank you, table topic master, and good evening to one and all present here. Okay, an adorably annoying friend. It's an alliteration anyway. But yes, it was in the year 2008 that I passed class 12 and I got into college. The first day at college, the teacher calls out the names from the register and I find my name missing. However, I hear another name. The teacher calls out, the professor calls out Dhananjay Singh. But Dhananjay Singh apparently was absent. So I thought perhaps Gurpreet Singh has mistakenly become Dhananjay Singh. So I ran around the entire college, the office building, just to rectify my name. And for one entire week, I believed that the college authorities had actually mistaken. However, 1 week later comes a gentleman in the class, and the first person he talks to is me. He tells me, "What's your name?" And I say, "My name is Gurpreet Singh." "What about you?" He says, "I'm Dhananjay Singh." The man finally arrived, and I realized that it was not a mistake. Rather, the college authorities did not mention my name in the register, even though I had paid the entire fee. One interesting incident, which makes him very annoying, is the fact that we were standing in the line to get our admit cards for our first semester examinations. And he just went in front of the counter and the person behind the counter asked him, "What's your father's name?" And he said, "Jay Prakash Singh," in such an accented way that when his admit card actually arrived, he had such an accented voice that it was Jax Prakash Singh instead of Jay Prakash Singh. So he is somebody who is extremely annoying. He can go to any limits, but I am somebody who's very calm and I try to calm myself down every time I'm in his company. Over to you, table topic master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Gurpreet, for that wonderful take on a topic like that. It's very difficult to find people who are both annoying, yet you adore them because of who they are as people, because they are your friends, they are your family members. And I think that's the kind of person you really need in life, because I have been often called adorably annoying. I don't know about the adorable part, but I'm really annoying when it comes. So can we have our I would like to ask if we have the general evaluator, if we can have 2 more topics, or should we go with just our final topic for today? Toastmaster Vishal.
Yeah, if you can just do the final topic, then we'll close it on time. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Vishal. We'll go with our final topic for today. And our final topic can go to Toastmaster Rahul. Rahul, are you there? Okay, which category would you like? You're on mute, Rahul. I can't hear anything. Yeah.
I'll go for the opposite one.
Opposites attract. Fabulous. Toastmaster Rahul, my ideal partner, Toastmaster Rahul.
Well, as everyone here knows that I am a foodie. I love food. And when I see food, I don't really think about the cricket session, that whatever my coach tells me to do, that Rahul, you're very bad with the fitness, you don't run, you're so lethargic. I don't really care about any of these, because all I care about is the lovely, delicious food over there. But do you know that when a person who loves food is in a relationship with someone who is a fitness freak, who is on diet 24/7 for 365 days, your life becomes miserable. Even when you're out on dates, the only place you have to go is Subway. I have been in that kind of a relationship where I lost 14 kilos. That was a transforming 3 months of my life. Even today, when I go and meet any of my coaches, they tell Rahul, this was not the kind of impact we created when you were playing cricket for us. So what has happened in these 3 months? I told my coach that Cupid has struck me, and has struck me very bad. It has struck me so bad that it has taken away all the delicious food items that I used to have. I crave Jai Hind food so much. I love Indian food so much. But the girl I was with was completely against it. She always used to nag me, saying that if you eat this, you'll be fat. And always in the back of the mind, I had this, that if I'm fat, will she actually go around with me? Will she continue being in a relationship with me? So I think in an ideal relationships, people say opposites attract. But when I say that you have to be in a relationship with someone who is there, who understands what kind of person you are, who understands what your likes and dislikes are, and is there with you in every step of the way, doing the same things you enjoy, not doing the things you don't like or persuade others to do, that is the kind of relation that thrives and becomes successful. Trust me. And I say that because that relation was a past thing. It's been 2 years since we've broken up. And never in my life I have ever considered dating a gym freak. I have never even looked at the gym. I only play what I play, the few games that I play every time. And I never considered dieting a part of my life. Food is something that is very much within me and makes me happy. People ask, where do you think? You think from your brain, you think from your heart. I think from my stomach. The reason why I couldn't go for my graduation outside my city was because I was too afraid to, cope up with the new kind of food over there. So being in love with someone means having the same kind of likes and dislikes, and having a successful relation thereafter. Back to your table topic master.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rahul. That was a wonderful table topic and a beautiful lesson for all of us. I totally agree with you. And I would never go on a diet to be in a relationship with someone, because if that person needs for me to do it, it's not working anymore. I'd rather choose biryani over any guy that I have known ever in my life. No offense intended. Guys, you're amazing species. Men empowerment is what's coming after women empowerment, I'm sure. So with that, we've come to the end of the table topic session, everyone. Thank you so much for being such a wonderful audience and for participating and for giving us your best. And I hope I'm so sorry. Who was that?
I didn't speak table topic, please.
That is one of our guests, is it?
Yes.
Mr. Gupta.
Yes, please.
Yes, sir. So I'd like to just tell you about the rules. We have about 40 participants, 40 plus participants on the chat. So if everyone gets an opportunity, the meeting would be too long, which is why we try to give those people an opportunity who haven't spoken before on table topics or haven't been asked which is why you will see the general evaluator is not called, the Toastmaster of the day is not called. Since you already had an interaction with the Toastmaster of the day, we'll give you a table topic chance the next time. So we hope that you'll be there with us in the next and would definitely be a part of the table topic session.
Definitely. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Gupta. Thank you. With that, allow me to hand it back to the sports freak, the very passionate, the amazing guy who always makes us laugh and keeps us at our heels, Toastmaster Vishesh Mehra as the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, to distinguished Toastmaster Archita Tiwari. You had to conduct such a good table topic session when I was the Toastmaster of the day. And you know how much I enjoy speaking on table topics, and you do this today. I will remember this. I will have my revenge. Moving on. So, calmness is something which is very important in our life. To have that peace of mind, to have that clarity in adverse situations. If you're good at something and you are calm, the combination is deadly. Because it gives you an added edge over the others. Why do we praise Mahendra Singh Dhoni for being Captain Cool? Because he's so calm and composed in every situation. You'll see the best players, they're always very calm. You throw whatever you get at them, they will deliver in the moment by being calm. Hence, calmness is something we need to learn in our individual way. There is no set motive, no set agenda, no set plan to become calm. We have to do it to ourselves. We have to, in the back of our mind, just kind of press that voice of outrage, that voice that makes us burst out, that makes us angry, that makes us show strong emotions. We have to control it to have a better and a happier tomorrow. Given the situation we are today, calmness is very, very essential in our daily lives to be happy. And for me, happiness is everything. Moving on, I would like to call upon the very charming general evaluator for today, Toastmaster Vishal Churiwal, to give us his evaluation. Thank you, and over to you, sir.
Thank you, Vishesh, for thoroughly conducting the meeting so well, and I really enjoyed you being an anchor, and I'll bring out my evaluation for you a little later on. But starting with the first evaluator for the first speaker, Toastmaster Ayush, just a word, Toastmaster Ayush, why is the word India written in it? I think you're an international speaker now, so people would know that okay, an Indian speaker is speaking. But so okay, let's begin with the evaluation of the first speaker, Ayush.
Good evening, everyone, and in particular to Mr. Shaunak Pal, or should I call you Sean Pollock, the former all-rounder of South Africa. So in the first innings, when you were handed the ball and you were ready to deliver, you delivered so beautifully and impactfully that grabbed the attention of the audience when you said about Kolkata Toastmasters Club as the dream club, which was possible when you were transferred to Park Street. I relished when you talked about the universal fact that fear helps you to grow. And the true potential is discovered when you step out of the comfort zone. You wisely spoke for about 6 minutes. And you also mentioned the struggle of having long debates in your mind and how you gathered guts to be here. You also told the personal story, which actually touched everyone. And when you include a personal story, it touches the speech as well. The message of the speech was beautifully crafted. First your personal story and then the story of the golden fish. That how fish, if you put in the right environment, can grow up to 2 feet what a beautiful example of a great message. And now comes the second innings when you were handed the bat and you mistimed the ball and the ball tossed up high up in the air and the fielder is desperately waiting to take the catch and he juggles and drop the catch. The batsman gets a second chance to rectify the error. So the first error here comes is the voice modulation. Now when you're speaking such motivational speech, we need to have the voice modulation. For example, when you said gather the guts, you have said like this, there was a flat pitch. Instead, you could have spoken gather the guts, which would have given us a motivation also. Secondly, the gestures. I think you were delivering by standing and not by sitting, and there was a lot of chance you could have moved here and there and you could have used the gestures, like when you said about Kolkata Toastmasters Club, you could have spoken like this, Kolkata Toastmasters Club, showing, indicating everyone that we belong to the same club. Secondly, when you talked about the fear, you could have showed us the fear in our mind. We could have related more. And thirdly, I think your conclusion was a bit vague. It ended suddenly. You could have added more story to your ending part, like the outcome of your stepping out of the comfort zone, like what you have gained out of that. You have told that we could have become the table topic champions and or maybe the international speed champion, but what is the outcome in your story? I wanted to see that. Nevertheless, keep crushing the comfort zone and keep brushing the improvement zones, and I'm sure everyone will develop a crush on you. So let's rush to the GE, who is a crush of many. Back to you, Vishal.
Thank you, Ayush.
Ayush, most of the things which you said in your evaluation was true except the last one. Just a quick quick evaluation for Shaunak. Shaunak, I think Ayush evaluated you pretty well. Most of the points were covered well. Just a couple of points from the top of my head. First, I think your topic was very interesting, which was crushing your comfort zone. I think the topic was very apt for a lot of us, and as they say that life begins at the end of your comfort zone. So you gave your personal story of how you joined Toastmasters and tried to overcome your fear of public speaking and increasing your confidence. So very well done on that, and kudos to you for taking that first step in overcoming that. Secondly, just a small piece of suggestion, since you were speaking on camera, and I think it was a great job that you were standing and speaking, which was very well done. But I think when you're speaking on camera, ideally you should speak from your waist up so that both your arms could be seen, because sometimes your arms are seen, sometimes your arms are not seen. Just maybe when you're seen on camera, it's better if you're from waist up. It can be the entire frame is visible. You can go a little behind the camera, like keep a distance of about 5 to 6 feet, so that it's easier for everyone. But other than that, in terms of content, I think Ayush covered it well, and I really wish to hear you speak more often. You're a natural speaker, and I wish you all the best. The next evaluator is Toastmaster Vinay. Yeah, and Vinay, I must congratulate. I wished Bulbul on her birthday on just when you said on Facebook immediately. So please convey my best regards to her. And it really takes a dash of steel to be on Toastmaster on your wife's birthday. So kudos to you for doing that. Can I request your evaluation now for Abdul, please?
Yes, thank you, Vishal. It may take a lot of steel, but I'll see whether my shield holds up to her or not. But anyway, good evening, everyone, and in particular, distinguished Toastmaster Abdul Rahim. First of all, I must say that your opening was excellent, and it was very, very clear. I'm a big fan of yours, so this is something which I personally admire. Your usage of fingers and your hands, especially when you're showing the number of years like 1, 2, 3, and 6, all that was done very, very well, and it showed that you had total command over what you were doing. Your clarity of voice and pauses is something that every speaker should learn and keep on improving, because that is what is, in my view, your biggest strength. Your usage of props also was very, very smooth. So you just brought in the magazine of Toastmasters International and you connected it very well. It was as if you're giving a very, very natural speech. So that was excellently done. Coming to the objectives, yes, you fulfilled them as you were in the center of the screen. and you were very, very visible. Something what you could change here is maybe tilt your camera a little bit so that we don't see those switchboards, because that was distracting me, and I am assuming that it would distract the other people in the audience as well. The intro and the conclusion were linked. Something what you could add is, for example, when you started, with how many years it took you to give those speeches to or to reach those milestones rather, you could connect that aspect to the ending conclusion a little bit. But that's just peeling the hair, if you ask me. A few other improvements. Just one thing is that you could have said what it does to you. So, for example, you kept on saying that one should continue in Toastmasters and one should not leave. One can go to an advanced club, for example. But what does that do to you? What does that do to me? Why should I not leave Toastmasters? Or if I do stay in Toastmasters, what is the benefit that I will get? That is something which you could add. But apart from that, I would say that it was a nearly flawless speech. The theme of the meeting was also stay calm and happy. And I got very calm looking at your speech. So excellently run, distinguished Toastmaster Abdul. And all the best, and looking forward to see your future speeches. Thank you, and over to you, General Evaluator.
Thanks, Vinay. I believe you were in the car, and evaluating while sitting in the car is a very good job. So well done, well done to you. You are a true blue-blooded Toastmaster. Now the experience speaks there for itself. Coming to Abdul's speech, Abdul, I've heard the same speech in Advanced Toastmasters Club, and I think I'm here. It's kudos to you that you tried to give the same speech and make it better. I somehow felt that I could relate to your speech more today than I could relate it to that day, and you spoke better than the last time when I heard you, and probably because you improved upon yourself in these two speeches. One of the things which I noticed earlier, and now that is you didn't use any notes, and it appeared more natural and more prepared today. So well done, and most of the points as Vinay covered was very well done. So Abdul, thank you for giving such a fantastic speech. Now coming back to the role players, can I request the different role players to switch on their audios and videos while they are giving out their while they're giving out the reports? Start with Grammarian Toastmaster Sumit, if you can give out your report, please.
Good evening, everyone, once again. So today's meeting was very interesting in respect of grammar. Some good usages of grammar were: time is something that can make or break anything. My team suffered, but I didn't. I was too comfortable in my comfortable zone. Even if I was dragged by chains over there, knowledge always embraces you from inside. Words from the drop of your heart. We just step back to come forward. And some not so good usages of grammar where I am already started crushing my comfortable zone. It should have, I have already started crushing my comfortable zone. And it makes me proud while seeing you speak. It made me proud while seeing you speak. It should be done. And the word of the day was used by DTM Abdul Rahim many times. And I was amazed seeing him, how comfortably he made changes in his speech according to the word of the day. It is always pleasure to hear you, sir. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Sumit, for giving out a report. Next, we have our counter Komal. If you can give out your report, please.
Good evening, everyone, once again. Toastmaster Vishal used multiple ums and ahs and a couple of so's. Toastmaster Vishesh used the word like multiple times, and he kept saying moving on. So instead of moving on, you can either say progressing forward or moving forward, or the next in the line is something like that instead of moving on. Distinguished Toastmaster Archita had a couple of ahs. Toastmaster Meghna had multiple ahs and a couple of so's. Toastmaster Deepak had a couple of ahs. Toastmaster Achyut used the word actually twice or thrice and had a couple of ahs. Toastmaster Sumit said the word and so a lot. And Toastmaster Vinay had multiple R's. That's all from my side. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thanks, Komal, for giving out your report. Next week, we have the timers report being shared by Toastmaster Rahul. Rahul, if you can give out your report.
Yes, good evening once again to one and all present here. Well, in a meeting that has the theme staying calm and happy, it made the timer extremely calm and happy to say that there are no disqualifications and each and every speaker were within the time limits and are eligible for voting. Back to you, Mr. General Evaluator.
Thank you, Rahul. And a point of observation or an evaluation feedback here is it's just not to you, it's just to maybe to the entire EC. Is I've seen in advance, I'm not a very tech savvy person, but I've seen it in advanced clubs that when the speaker is speaking, the timer card is pinned to the entire to the video. So I mean, you don't have to show your own video while doing it. So maybe you can share your screen and the timer the speaker can notice the thing. So maybe the president or the stand-in president and the EC along with the immediate past president can take care of that, so that the timer is the screen share option is used rather than the video of the person showing the cards. That can be distracting to the speaker. So that's just a point of evaluation which the EC or any one of the members of the EC can note and try to implement it in a better way the next time. Thank you again for your report, Rahul, for being diligent. Next, we have the wow counter being played by Toastmaster Prajwal Ghosh. Prajwal, if you can give out your report, please.
Thank you very much, General Evaluator. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Most of us have experienced wow moments. We just haven't taken time to think deeply about them. So now it's time for me to highlight the top 3 wow moments of the meeting. Number 3, Gurpreet Singh has become Dhanraj Singh, that which made you run in the college campus, and it made us laugh in the meeting. Number 2, DTM Abdul Rahim, your speech was very, very inspiring, and you have used the word of the day called abrogate in the meeting twice, and right after your meeting, the Toastmaster of the day said, wow. So it was very, very inspiring speech. Thank you very much. And number 1, Toastmasters Vishal Churiwal, I am not calm. So my girlfriend left me and I am staying all alone in the lockdown. It made the audience laugh in the meeting. Thank you very much. Over to you, Toastmaster, General Evaluator of the day.
Thank you, Prajwal, for giving out your wow moments. You never realize when the audience laughs or whether they are not laughing you cannot make out obviously from the screen. But thank you for your careful listening and noting down the wow moments so well. And finally, the was played by Tanish. If you can, Toastmaster Tanish Agarwal, if you can give out your report, please.
Hi, good evening, everyone, once again. So most of the parliamentary norms were followed throughout the meeting. That's all.
Wow, thank you, Tanish, for your quick report. So I'll now begin with the general evaluation, general sections of the meeting and evaluate them. First of all, I'm sort of sorry to join the meeting quite late. I was trying to connect my computer and it took a lot of time, me being not tech savvy, to connect to Zoom. But I must commend and compliment the Sergeant at Arms, Mr. Sumit Kumar, the Toastmaster Sumit Kumar, to be on time and start the meeting bang on 7. Very appreciative of you to start the meeting on time. Thank you very much. I assume that you might have played your role well because you were diligent with your starting of the time, but just as a point of improvement, I feel that a lot of things, small nitty-gritties on how to speak on a video can be mutually decided in the EC, and you can say it out during your address as a Sergeant at Arms. For example, you must say, I don't know if you've said it, but for example, you must say that when a speaker is speaking, he must switch on the video if the internet is fine, or if there's no problem if the person is comfortable. So whenever somebody is speaking, be it the guest or anyone else, he must speak from the should switch on the video, and a couple of other things on how to tackle the video, because I know it's challenging to speak on Zoom and be equally effective. But otherwise, I'm sure that you have done the role pretty well, and thank you for playing your role very well. Just a point of interjection, but I forgot to compliment all the 5 role players who played out their roles very well. So a big round of applause for all of them who did diligent listening and had good role play. Next up, we had the president, Toastmaster Gurpreet Singh, who's the current VP membership, and who was a stand-in president for today's meeting. I saw Shreya for a bit, but I thought that she left in the beginning. After 5 minutes after the meeting started. But Gurpreet, thank you for standing in as the president for the evening today. I thought that it was sudden jolt to you, because you were playing probably the role of the president for the very first time, but you took the role very comfortably, and you're a natural speaker, so you came across as comfortable and confident while you explained your role, and you linked the Toastmaster of the Day's theme, which was keep calm and be happy. I think you spoke very well on that. I love your point when you mentioned that for some people a phone in hand might be what they can relate to being happy, and for some it's 2 square meals in a day. So for you, the point which you mentioned, that let's be happy with what we have, because we are so much better than a lot of other people who are out there struggling to make ends meet. So that was a very interesting point. Couple of points of improvement. Just maybe one point of improvement. Your introduction to Vishesh being the Toastmaster of the Day, is better to introduce him something related to an MC, because you introduced him that he's a great table topic speaker. So because when a speaker who's coming as an MC, if you tell him that he's a great table topic speaker, that probably undermines the speaker. So maybe you can always say that last time I heard him as a Toastmaster of the Day was phenomenal, and he's coming to regale you again. So continuing in the same zone. If he's coming as a table top speaker, then fine, but otherwise maybe a little bit of improvement in the introduction. So, and you also got the guests introduced, so that was very well done. So all in all, a great job, Gurpreet. Thank you for standing in as the president, and I hope that you become the president of the club very soon. Thank you. Next, we had the table topic speaker. I come to the MC at the end. The table topics master, Archita. Archita, you are here. I can see you. Or she's here. Archita, in spite of a difficult internet and a difficult audience like me, you managed to conduct the session so well. I loved the fact that you had 3 different parts, which was tell your story, challenge the belief, and opposites attract. You gave the option to the members of the audience, which made it easy for them to choose a topic of their liking. And you know that you're a fantastic speaker, and the topics which you had was very relatable, very interesting, and I thought that I'm a nervous table topic speaker. I wanted to raise a hand as well, but since I'm already speaking, I was not able to speak. But then I think the topics, your transitions with various speakers, and how you manage the entire table topic speech is just like a perfect professional table topic master. So kudos to you. No points of improvement as such. Just your internet connection. That's it. That's not in your hand. But all in all, a great job. And can we head for virtual applause for Archita?
Thank you, Vishal. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I would not delve too much into the table topic speeches. I think all the speakers were very good. They took the topic head on. The first 2 speakers, it's always easier to take a topic like tell my story. It's easier to take because people can talk about their story. But even speaking in table topics is a challenge. The first 2 speakers took the topic head on, which was challenge the belief, which was very good. Just a word which all the speakers were very well. I think Achyut had a perfect background. I will not comment on his content because then I have to comment on everybody's content. But I think Achyut had a brilliant background of a Zoom meeting. I think he had a perfect setup with the books and racks in the back. And I think Rahul's, I personally enjoyed Rahul's speech also. I mean, other speakers were very well as well. I think Rahul's speech was hilarious. I could not laugh. I was laughing, but it could not be heard. But all in all, Rahul, Gurpreet, Sumit, Achyut, Deepak, Panna, and the second speaker, I did not write the name. All of them were very good speakers, and I wish you can keep on continuing speaking and making and improving yourselves in your Toastmasters journey. So, can we have a virtual applause for all the table topic speakers? Yes. So now coming to the heart of the meeting was Toastmaster Vishesh Mehra. Vishesh, one of the things which I like about Okay, so before Vishesh, I just noticed one. Vishesh, come back to you, Mr. Munshi Gupta. You were speaking. You're from Jammu. During your introduction as a guest.
Yes,
I just have a
please.
point. Yeah, I just have a point of suggestion, because like when you're speaking, we could see a worm's eye view, which is opposite to a bird's eye view, like from the bottoms up. So you know, like how you're speaking now, it's the best way to speak when you're speaking as a guest, instead of standing and coming up from the worm's eye view. You understand what I'm trying to say? Is it?
No, I didn't understand. What is bird's eye view?
Worm's eye view is like when you're standing and video is coming from your leg up to your top.
Okay.
Like bird's eye view is from the top to the bottom. The worm's eye is from the bottom, from your leg up to the top. So you know, when you were standing and speaking, it was like you know, we could see right from your leg up to the top. So that becomes a little less effective. Like the way you are speaking now is perfect as a guest. So there would be no problem as such, right? And do you have internet connections in Jammu? Because you said that you were originally from Jammu, right?
Yes, I'm originally from Jammu. We have internet connection 2G. So we are working on that.
Yeah, I know. I would not say anything about politics here, but
Yes.
but I can feel you. So you know, I can never imagine living with 2G speed connection. But now you're in Chandigarh, right?
No, I'm afflicted with Chandigarh clubs.
Okay, okay, afflicted with Chandigarh. Okay, thank you. No problem. Thank you very much. And you will get your opportunity to speak in the next meeting in the table topics.
Definitely. And any other mistake apart from this?
No, nothing. No, there's no mistake. You're very good. I just noted down, so that's why I mentioned it to you before I forget.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So, yeah. Now coming to Vishesh. Vishesh, the master of ceremonies, the TMOD. Vishesh, I think one of the best things I like about you is always very well prepared, because a lot of times that I become the MC, even in my initial days or later on days, I was not as well prepared as you are. So like you are messaging all the people, your theme of the day, keep calm and be happy. I thought this is a fantastic theme. In times of distress and in times of anxiety, to have such a theme, when we have to be calm and happy, it's easier said than done, but you try to put your point across very well. And throughout your discourse, you had different stories about your life, which was like a hockey game. And you know, sometimes you've lost cool, sometimes you remain calm, but for you, the crux is to be happy. And it was so, and that's what we all strive for right now. So I thought that was very well done, and your preparedness was very good. I thought your introductions to Vishesh to various speakers were very good. Abdul's introduction or Shaunak's introduction, I think both the speakers' introduction was very good, and so was with Archita. Archita's introduction was very funny as well. I thought that you were again, over a period of time, you have developed. Initially, I've heard that you probably used to, you know, stammer quite a little bit while speaking, and there was a lot of hesitation while between. And now you, even on camera, you appear to be such a smooth flowing speaker. So kudos to you on that. Maybe just Vishesh, like as an MC, you hold the command over the meeting. So for example, if something is going wrong, instead of, you know, you can always you can always put your words in the chat box. Maybe the guest has missed something. So as an MC, you should be the one who should take control. Like once the president introduces you, you have the command over the meeting. So maybe, you know, if some guest introduction has missed, or something is going off. So, you know, like for example, Archita's video is not working. So instead of GE saying that, it's the prerogative of the MC to call the shots, and, you know, make sure that the transitions in different meetings is smooth. Otherwise, in terms of content of your role play was fabulous. There was no second guessing that you were phenomenal. So there was nothing bad in what you did. It was very, very good. It's just that just the transitions which you could handle as an MC, just take command over, which also shows your leadership quality. So you could just improve on that. But otherwise, I thought that you were developing into a fantastic speaker. Maybe you will I mean, I don't want to compare two brothers, two speakers. I'm a big fan of Vedant as well. Now I know, hearing you speak, I'm becoming a good fan of yours. So all the best, and keep on taking roles, keep on giving speeches, and you'll become even better. Thank you, Vishesh, and can we hit a big round of applause for Vishesh, please?
Thank you so much.
And so I think I covered everything. President or the MC, if I missed out anything, please let me know. And if there's something feedback which could be shared with me of my evaluation, which can be done later on offline. can I hand it back to the TMOD, Vishesh?
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vishal, for this lovely evaluation session of today. Now, moving to the stand-in precedent for today, Toastmaster Gurpreet Singh to conclude the meeting. Toastmaster Gurpreet Singh.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the day, once again, Toastmaster Vishesh Mehra. And the theme was beautifully dealt out. And before we kind of complete this meeting or finish this meeting, I would like to finish it on a short anecdote, and then we can have the polls. I would request the tech master, Toastmaster Deepak Baid, to keep the polls ready. So, once upon a time, there was this young boy who belonged to a wealthy family. And his father took him one day and told him, "Son, today I want to show you how the poor people live." So the son said, "Okay, father, let's move on." So the entire day, this young child, he observed how the poor people live. And on their way back home, the father asked the child, "So what do you think about this visit?" And the child said, "Father, I kind of liked it. Could you please explain in detail? What do you mean by I liked it?" Said, "Father, we have one dog at home. They have 4 dogs. Father, we have a pool in our garden and they have an entire pond. Father, we just have a small piece of land and they have endless fields. Father, we buy our foods, but they grow their foods." The father was stunned. The father was shocked. He had no words to say. And as goes the theme of the day, we should never measure happiness in terms of material wealth. What matters more than wealth is true happiness. So Tech Master Deepak Baid, could you please launch the polls? We'll just take 30 seconds and vote. Wait for just 10 seconds more, and I would request Toastmaster Deepak Baid to just WhatsApp me the results. Meanwhile, any guest who would like to give an opinion on the meeting? I see guest Ronita. Guest Ronita, if you would like to tell us your feedback.
Yeah, hi. Can you hear me?
We can hear you, yes.
Yeah, so I really liked it. It was my first session. I attended it today, and I really liked the way all the speakers spoke and with so much enthusiasm. So it was really a very learning and interesting session. Thank you. And also, I would like to participate also from next time. Yeah. Thank you.
It was an amazing experience, and next time I would love to take the meeting again, please.
Guest Ishika, if you could just give us your feedback.
Hello everyone, my name is Oishika Ghosh Majumdar. I had an amazing experience today, and I hope that my experience here at Toastmasters is even more enriching in the coming days. This is my first ever meeting here at Toastmasters. So yeah, I'm looking forward to more sessions. That's it.
Thank you so much. Keep coming. And just, I know I'm taking time, but Toastmaster Neha is from a different club. She wanted to participate in the table topics, but opportunity today. So Toastmaster Neha, could you just quickly give your feedback?
No issues with that. I am liking that everyone others who wanted to speak, they got the chance. Actually, it might. I am from Toastmaster Club, and our timing is from 6:30 to 8 on Friday. This week we have meeting on Sunday, so I was having the chance to attend your session, and I guess it is my. I have personally attended one more session with you last time also, and I liked it, and I was happy with the feedback. Yeah, thank you, Gurpreet, to allowing me to speak now. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Neha. Okay, I have the results with me, and without creating much suspense, the best role player for the day is, there's actually a tie between Toastmaster Vishesh Mehra and Toastmaster Vishal Churiwal. So there's a tie, best role player. Let's have a huge round of applause for Toastmaster Vishesh Mehra and Toastmaster Vishal Churiwal. Okay, moving on to the best auxiliary role player. The best auxiliary role player for the evening is Toastmaster Komal, the R counter for the day, Toastmaster Komal Choraria. Let's have a huge round of applause for her too.
Thank you, Gurpreet.
The best evaluator for the evening. The best evaluator for the evening, it's not a surprise, it's Toastmaster Ayush Vaidya. Let's hear it for him, Toastmaster Ayush Vaidya. The best table topic speaker. Hold your hearts. The best table topic speaker. The charming sensation of Kolkata Toastmasters Club, Toastmaster Rahul Maheshwari. Let's hear it for him. Toastmaster Rahul Maheshwari, the best table topic speaker for the evening. And now, the best speaker. The best speaker for the evening. Any guesses? I think you don't need to guess. It's none other than distinguished Toastmaster Abdul Rahim Ji. Thank you so much, everyone, for attending this meeting. Hope you had a wonderful learning experience. See you again next week. Same place, Zoom meeting, 7 p.m. Bye-bye. Good night.